What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Okay, we got some Qliport action. Let's turn the sound off. Versus, we got Jackalope at the top, 1546 versus Escablaze, 1418. I don't know why the pictures are not like totally loading. Alright, so anyways, Jackalope just opened with Archive, and then he put the little equipped on it. I guess we'll call that Sage? I'm not sure what it is. So Greffer pitches Archfiend to the graveyard. I don't know what he pitched. I know he's about to make Excite Knight. And there is Excite Knight. Excite Knight is obviously excited because he's like, yo dog, you got all these cards face down. By the way, he knows that Jackalope has a Mystical Space Typhoon probably set because he duality for it. Unless he just has it in his hand. Night Beam and MST, get wrecked. Damn. So clearly Saj will activate, getting him Tool. Honestly, I think Escablaze gives no fucks. Not at all. At all. So he has Tool, and if he goes off, he will lose this game. I say that because, okay, never mind, probably gonna lose. Is that Necromancer? Okay, there's Necromancer for Archfiend, and he can just get, all he has to do is just get Break, and Break will instantly counter the Tool. Or Barrier, I guess that's a thing too. Because Barrier can just counter the effect, so yeah. Alright, so he gets Barrier, obviously thinking that, what's it called? Okay, so there's Barrier. And that goes to the graveyard, the Tool does. He plays Odd Eyes, which is fine. It's just Odd Eyes is a little slow right now. He's looking at eating 36 minimum at the next point. Okay, so he just summons Archive, who is 1800 attack. Oh no! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why'd he do that? Ah! Wait a minute. If this guy is, okay, wait. Does he gain 300 attack? Let's see. Qliport monsters. This card cannot be negated. Okay. Yeah, if this dude is 1800, why would you do that? Because what you didn't want of like the one thing that you didn't want is you didn't want him to be able to ram Archfiend and then just reborn it using Necromancer. Okay, never mind, it doesn't matter. But what I was thinking is, if this dude's 18, right? Okay, what's stopping your opponent from going Archfiend ram? They both die, and then reborn it, and then get a break, and then basically I can counter the Tool that you just put in your hand. Now, personally, it doesn't look like that's going to matter because Escablaze is going off. Again, I've said this once, I will say it again. If you give Infernity 6 cards, it is the most consistent deck in the game at going off. It's better than Sylvan's. Sylvan's is a Soul Charge deck. Without Soul Charge, Sylvan's not even a deck. Infernity is still a deck without Soul Charge. You can clearly see he has not used Soul Charge, and he is going the fuck off. So, he got another Infernity, what's it called? He got another Archfiend. Okay. That got him Launcher. And you're totally a fiend, aren't you? Yeah, you're a fiend. He's gonna use the what's it called? He's gonna use the Paralabyrinth effect. And he's probably gonna trade that in for another card. Well, I guess he opts to discard his Necromancer for Launcher first. Now it looks like he's gonna see both of his Archfiends for Berserk of Rhapsody. Looking obviously to banish some stuff from Jackalope's graveyard. Okay, he takes out the Tool and then the Equipped, which doesn't really do anything. I think he just wanted to, you know, get rid of the Archfiends. Alright, so he uses Launcher. He gets back a Necromancer and an Archfiend. Archfiend gets Break. Then he reborns the second Archfiend using, okay, there we go. So basically, what you saw was Jackalope started with a pretty decent hand. Absolutely no defense in that hand, but then he just gets absolutely shit on by Infernity. So, yeah, are Qliports really going to be tier 0? That's what we have to ask ourselves. Because this is, I didn't get to record the first match because it had an admin call and that shit was like 20 minutes, and I was like, fuck this, I'm just going to go record another game. But Jackalope actually lost the last game that he played too, and his build of Qliports seems pretty standard. Like, he's not running any retarded tech, or that's a bad word to use. He's not running any stupid tech in his deck that would make him, you know, like make his build like crazy inconsistent or whatever. To me, it just seems like, I don't know. I would have to think in the first 2 turns, Infernity have a advantage. Like, okay, oh, I don't know what you are. Oh, you're Qliports Shell. Okay, not totally familiar with that one. I know the Archive and the Disc, but I haven't seen Shell that much. So he plays Odd Eyes, probably to get Tool. The thing about this is, from what I've seen, the Qliport deck doesn't play a whole lot of defense. I would imagine you rely on Skill Drain to be a lot of your defense, but that's pretty much one of the quickest ways to lose to Infernity, because Infernity will be like, alright, we'll take a temporary neg, then we'll make Excite Knight, and we'll make you'll have to burn a card on Excite Knight, because if you don't burn a card on it, you'll lose your whole field, and then we'll just go off and win. Because once you're starting from 0, and you're just using the resources in your hand, like this tool, they can counter it. All they have to do is play Barrier or Break, and then you're pretty much done. You know, you don't want to start the game from 0 against that deck. And the matchup is all about containment, but you really can't contain Infernity if you're not playing traps or hand traps and shit like that. I also think going first, if you open with 5 cards, unless you're playing a deck like Hat, where you can recruit for other cards, like you can recruit for Bottomless and get the 6, or you can play Artifact Sanctum, which is a +1. I don't know. I think the matchup can be tough. Now let's see. He has 4 + 1. Again, he can get Excite Knighted again, and at the minimum, he'll get rid of 1 card on Jackalope's field. That's the thing about making it Exits on Night. It forces your opponent to use a field or to use a card on their field. Otherwise, they're going to lose everything. He loses his field here, he loses the game. It's really just that simple. And once again, he plays a whole bunch of random stuff. Why is he setting those cards? Clearly, he didn't learn from the first game. I mean, he'll get another card from the Sashport, which gets him another tool. So, I mean, he'll get his Pendulum Scale. That's a guarantee. Yeah, I mean, I'll give Escablaze that. Exciton Knight is definitely as good as ever. I mean, I said before that it should have been banned. Everybody said I was dumb, but whatever. That's another thing that makes Infernity so good, is they can make Exciton Knight so easily. He plays Fairy Wind, one of my favorite cards ever. Both players eat 300. And then he plays another tool. Oh, another Fairy Wind. He's got Fairy Winds for days. He's breaking wind. That was a bad joke. That was a very bad joke. Anyways, yeah, so back-to-back Fairy Winds means that he's still +2 on his opponent. Looks like he's going Excite Knight Beat Down. And it looks like he just set 1. I mean, that could I guess be Necromancer or Archfiend Eris. And you see again, this is what I mean from starting from 0. Jackalope basically had 1 card after the exchange of Fairy Winds. Now, obviously, you wouldn't expect your opponent to have back-to-back runner like Spell and Trap Destruction, but again, or as I said in that last match that you guys didn't actually see, oh wow, it's Monk. He could get blown out the gym if that is a spell and it resolves, because then he'll get Archfiend and shit will just get bananas. Anyways, if I was playing against the Qliport deck, I would side out every single trap in my entire deck, except Solemn Warning and Bottomless Trap Hole, and I would side in nothing but Spell and Trap Hate. I would side in probably 3 MSTs and like 2 Fairy Winds, maybe 3 Fairy Winds. I love Fairy Wind a lot. So it looks like he's going to get Archfiend. He could go Launcher, because obviously these 2 could make like an Xyz, and then he could just launcher it back. He decides to get what's it called? He decides to get, okay. So he's going to Torrential after he searches. I mean, you have to Torrential before your opponent searches. This is a trigger effect. So you say, what's it called? You say, you know, activate effect. Your opponent has a response to, your opponent has an option to respond to the summon. He's responding to the summon with Torrential Tribute, which means that him searching will be after the Torrential Tribute. So, I mean, it seems pretty obvious he'll get Launcher. And I do kind of agree with Escablaze. Jackalope waited for him to search, then Torrential. I mean, Jackalope did say thanking, but come on. Like, let's be honest here. It doesn't really change anything. His field will be destroyed, and then obviously he'll what's it called? Unless he's going to like use Torrential Tribute on the monk, which I don't think he can go that far back. But to me, I would say probably take Launcher, just because if you get Launcher, then you get the Archfiend back for free, and then you can just what's it called? Then you can just get a break off of it anyway. Or no, he doesn't have any. I don't think he has any street patrols. Okay. Oh, I see what he's gonna do. He's gonna chain break, targeting the face down so that he can get break for free. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That seems like a really good play. All right. So he'll obviously get Launcher, and he'll just Launcher back his Archfiend, and then he'll get break. And once again, he is sustained the +2 over his opponent. I mean, you look at last turn, and when he had the Exciton Knight after the Fairy Wind exchange, he was +2, and now he's still +2. So even though it doesn't seem like a big deal. Oh wait, why would I think that he would get Launcher if he can just get Necromancer? I'm dumb. Yeah, Necromancer can just get Archfiend, and then you can get what's it called? Then you can just get a break from that too, and you can still have not expended your Launcher. So he does go for Necromancer, and that gets Archfiend. He took another. Oh yeah, Street Patrol in this graveyard. Okay. Oh well, never mind. He can just OTK him now. All he has to do is attack Cowboy. And I know some of the OCG decks don't play Cowboy, but unfortunately this one does. So looks like he's going to attack, make Cowboy for what? There's Cowboy, and wow, a quick swift 2-0 of Qliports, man. Don't know about the tier 0 quite yet, guys. Thank you for watching as always. Let me know. Maybe Jackalope should have went second in some of these games. No, I don't know if you want to go second in the deck that plays no traps. Anyways, like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my Kickstarter. We're at about $1,000 bucks, but if you donate $1, we can get over that. Thank you guys for watching as always.